Hey, beautiful. Welcome to another episode of the Love You Deserve podcast. I'm your host, Coach Yolanda. This is a place where we have honest conversations about emotional healing, healthy relationships, confidence, self worth, and becoming the woman who is aligned with the love she deserves. Today's episode is one that I believe will resonate with many of you because we're discussing how fear of rejection is sabotaging your love life. That's a good one. Now, let's be honest. Nobody enjoys rejection, whether it comes from a parent, a friend, a church experience, a dating relationship, or marriage. Rejection, it hurts. But when fear of rejection begins controlling our decisions, it doesn't just hurt us, it starts shaping how we show up in relationships. Let's talk about it. Fear of rejection often causes women to settle for less than they deserve. Can anybody relate to that? I know that was my story. Dealing with rejection, I often settled for less than I deserved because I felt like I didn't deserve more. And then if I ask for more, I may get rejected. So I just settled for whatever people gave me. And that stemmed from a root of rejection that was in me that for a long time I didn't know was even there. So fear of rejection often causes women to settle for less than they deserve, not because they don't know better, but because they're afraid. They're afraid of being alone. So they don't leave the man they know is not good for them. They're afraid of starting over. So they put up with poor behavior, inconsistency, hot and cold behavior, emotional unavailability. Why? Because they invested so much time in this relationship. They are just too afraid to start over. They may be afraid nobody else will come along. Hey, you may be 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, and you're thinking, I have to keep him because I don't know if someone else will come along. Before long, fear becomes your decision maker instead of your heart. The fear of rejection can show up in many ways. It can show up as people pleasing. It can show up as overthinking. It can show up as avoiding difficult conversations. Oh, I know a lot of people who do that. It can show up as staying too long, ignoring your own needs for the sake of others, and lowering your standards or backing away from boundaries that you set, giving into boundaries that you set because you don't want to be rejected. So even though you don't want to do X or you don't want to do Z, if the person you're in relationship with it wants to do it, then you'll do it because you're a people pleaser and you are lowering your standards, ignoring your own needs and your own desires because you don't want to lose this person. Beautiful woman of God, rejection does not determine your value. It reveals compatibility. Not everyone you meet is assigned to your life, and that's okay. One of the most powerful shifts you can make is realizing that you don't have to earn healthy love. Healthy love is not something you perform for. Healthy love is something you are prepared to receive. And we're working on preparing you to receive healthy love. You don't have to earn it. You just have to be. And the man that understands and sees your value is the one who will give you the love you deserve. So you just have to be you. You don't have to try to earn it, jump through hoops, and try to be something that you are not. Let's look at some reflection questions. Grab your journals, go back, rewind me, and I want you to write your answers in your journal and be honest because God can't heal what you refuse to acknowledge. So, question number one: where has fear of rejection influenced my decisions in the present or in the past? Where has fear of rejection influenced my decisions? Number two, what am I afraid will happen if someone doesn't choose me? What am I afraid will happen if someone doesn't choose me? Number three, have I ever abandoned myself to avoid rejection? And number four, what truth do I need to embrace about my worth? You do not have to earn it. That's the truth you need to embrace about your worth. Healthy love is not something you perform for, it's something you prepare for. And we're helping you prepare in this podcast and in my community. So here is your weekly challenge. I want you to pay attention to moments when fear shows up. When you become afraid, I want you to ask yourself, am I making this decision from fear or from faith? And I want you to write your answer down if you're making it from fear or from faith. And I want you to pray about it. Then I want you to choose one area where you can commit to stop letting fear make decisions for you. Maybe it's fear of starting a new career. Maybe it's fear of starting your own podcast. Maybe it's fear of writing that book. Maybe it's fear of going back to school. Maybe it's fear of asking out this guy at work that you've been noticing, that he's been staring at you. And then when you look up, you look off. He's noticing you. Maybe he hasn't had the courage to come ask you out. Maybe you just go strike up a conversation and just be yourself. I can't do that, coach. What if he says, I got a girlfriend? Okay, if he has a girlfriend, walk away. The world won't end if he has a girlfriend. Shoot your shot. And if he says, no, I'm not dating right now, no, I'm not interested in dating right now, cool. No problem. Rejection doesn't mean something is wrong with us. Rejection means that the person you're dealing with, the person you're talking to, the person you may be in relationship with is not your person. They're not meant to be your friend. They're not meant to be your boyfriend. You guys weren't compatible enough to make it work. That's a blessing in disguise. So don't look at rejection as a bad thing. Look at it as a good thing because you don't want people in your life who can't see your worth, and you don't want people in your life who don't want to be there. So I have a community called the Love You Deserve Circle. I would love for you ladies to join if you're ready to heal emotionally. raise your standards, and align with the healthy love you deserve. I invite you to join me inside my community. You can start for free. Yes, I said for free. You can start for free. Start your 7-day free trial today. You can hop over and hit the link. It'll be in the show notes at stand.store/Yolanda Bethea. You can get more information about my group. I would love to see you there. Before I get out of here, I want you to remember this. You are not defined by who rejected you. You are defined by who God says you are. Did you hear what I just said? I said, you are not defined by who rejected you. You are defined by who God says you are. And the right relationship will never require you to abandon yourself to keep it. Did you hear what I just said? I said the right relationship would never require you to abandon yourself to keep it. Can I give you an example before I get out of here? I was listening to the D.L. Hughley show. I love that show. He asked a question about a guy who was dating a girl. And they went on the first date. They hit it off. And they were getting ready to leave dinner. And he asked her out on the second date. But there was a caveat. He wanted her to come to the second date without makeup. Second date without makeup. And D.L. Hughley asked the question, was he out of bounds or was he justified? So all the men were calling in, chiming in, saying, yeah, he justified because you need to know what you're getting. And the ladies were chiming in saying, he shouldn't control how she looks. So here I am giving you my 2 cents. Because the right relationship will never require you to abandon yourself to keep it, right? My thoughts on it is this. He was attracted to her with all that makeup on, which means he likes makeup. The problem I think he has ran into in the past is that sometimes as women we can wear a lot of makeup and we can contour and it could be really thick and we can put on makeup and we don't look like ourselves. And he has dated women who looked one way and then when they got home and the makeup came off, they looked totally different. Now, I'm not a fan of wearing so much makeup that you don't really look like yourself. But I don't think you need to change who you are for him. So if this young man asked me that question on the second date, I would say, this is who I am. This is what I wear. It's only the second date. If we make it to a fourth or a fifth date, then you'll see me without makeup. If we go out of town and we're swimming, the makeup gonna come off. you know, as time goes on, you're gonna see her without makeup as she is comfortable with you, as she sees where this is going. Why would I change who I am for you and I don't even know if you the one? Why would I not show up as myself? Why would you even ask that? So if that was me, there wouldn't be a second date because you're not going to tell me what to wear on my face or on my body. Now, you can tell me I don't like a whole lot of makeup. That could be your preference, but you're not my dad. And so you don't boss me. And if you don't prefer a whole lot of makeup, that's cool. And I wear a lot of makeup, then that just means I'm not the one for you, right? So, the right relationship, ladies, will never require you to abandon yourself to keep it. I'm not saying this guy was attracted to you because you dress provocatively and now you're his girl. He wants you to completely change how you dress because he know men. But at the same time, I dressed this way when you met me. It'd be different if I had on blue jeans and a t-shirt. We got together and now I'm provocative everywhere we go. Then I would have changed up on you. But this how you met me. But now you want me to cover up because we're in a relationship. He's insecure. He doesn't trust. He's been hurt before. And now he's projecting those insecurities on you. Does that make sense? The right relationship. It may not be the right relationship. He just may be somebody you date. He may just be somebody you kick it with. He may not be someone you become exclusive with. Why? Because the right relationship will never require you to abandon who you are to keep it. And if you have to abandon who you are to keep a relationship, then you are suffering from a root of rejection. And you will lose yourself in this relationship. And when it is over, you won't know who you are. That's my best shot. Until next time, remember the love you deserve is never, ever, 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 ever too much to ask for. Bye for now.